Hey, meat buddy, how you doing? Guess what? We've got a brand new toy to play with. It's a brand new generator, and I think you're gonna like this one. This one is the Thermalelectric Generator. It comes from the mod Advanced Generators. So taking a look at this mod here, you can see that this has 4 different generators. We have a thermoelectric generator, a naphtha generator, eco-friendly natural gas generator, and refined carbon generator. Ooh, that's a lot of good ones right here. And let's face it, there's nothing better than having more ways. Oh no! What happened? The game just randomly froze on me. I've been having so many issues lately. Ooh. Alright, I think that problem's been solved. Let's take a look at the power generators. We got some new ones here. Alright, so the one that really catches my attention here is the Thermalelectric Generator. It looks like a hydrogen generator, however, it works slightly different. Let's go ahead and build it right down here, because this is a good example of a good spot to put one. It only produces 250 watts, and has an overheat temperature of 75 degrees unless you make it with a higher end material. And yes, we can make it with really refined materials, such as terbium and niobium, which we should have access here to pretty soon. But it doesn't really put out a ton of power. This does, however, give us another option for cooling stuff down from a high temperature to a lower temperature and getting some power out of it, because for the most part, the only thing that we've had to do that exact operation for a long time now is the steam turbine. And if I'm just being completely honest with you, I'm really tired of building steam turbines. The thing is, they used to be pretty much almost pointless. You wouldn't build them because you had other ways of removing heat, and then that steam turbine became useful because they changed the way that it works. But then it became the only way to really reduce heat, and you always have to kind of couple it with something like a thermal regulator or something like that in order to kind of get the power, you know, the heat shifted into the thing. So the thing that I really like about this mod right here is that it gives us another way to kind of take heat, turn it into power. It may not be super powerful, but as you can see, it's nice and easy to build here. So this is awesome. This thing will continue to cool until it gets down to 10 degrees Celsius. And then at that point, it'll become too cold and it'll just turn off. So for condensing something like a steam room, this thing is absolutely perfect. Again, we could use a steam turbine, but then we'd have to keep the turbine cool. So there's like a couple of steps to it. So the thing that I really like about this thermoelectric generator here is that we can use it with my rocket silo, and I don't have to continue to spam more and more steam turbines just to kind of get the temperature down to something reasonable. Because, I mean, rockets will run at over 1,000 degrees Celsius inside of their silo. It doesn't really matter which rocket you use. And that is way too much for my poor little slicksters up here, even the robot slickster. And I found out why we don't have any slicksters over here. Unfortunately, it's too hot. They've been cooked to death. I'm trying to bring the temperature back down, okay? And if I'm just being real with you, the super modded playthrough is really just kind of an escape from the standard oxygen not included playthrough stuff. So, yes, it gives us a different way to do the same sort of things. And luckily, we won't have to focus on these rockets forever and ever. Because let's face it, rockets are kind of one of those things that they just require a ton of attention, right? Once you start building rockets, it's just like rockets for the next 10 episodes. But now we can kind of focus on some other things, and you know, this will just happen on the side, hopefully. Or at least we'll have a nice unique angle to it. So my goal here is to fire up the rocket today, and that's the petroleum rocket, which is going to then go out and start to harvest our carbon asteroids over here. You can see that we have the important thing that I want to bring back is a little bit of niobium and a little bit of fullerene right there. That's good stuff. Isoresin as well. All good stuff. We should get that harvesting, bring it back, and we should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and use a solid oxygen tank just to get this thing off the ground. Make sure it digs its own silo, and that'll be fun. Now, if I wanted to use that thermoelectric generator in a similar way to what I'm doing here, except for not include the petroleum, so maybe this is for hydrogen or something like that, I could use something like this reverse cycle unit, and then the hot side that's coming out of here could just go past that generator. Now the real question is how powerful is that compared to something like a steam turbine? Okay, so 250 watts for 128,000 DTUs. That's actually quite efficient. We're at 512 DTUs per watt. So by comparison, the steam turbine runs at 1,000 DTUs per watt. So it's actually more efficient than the steam turbine. How about that? I wonder if we can build it underwater. let's give it a try. We got some gold around here. No, we cannot. However, there still should be plenty of heat down here. Look at this, 91 degrees. Ooh, it's zombie spores floating in the air. Real nice. Don't take off your helmet, Stoops. Please don't. There we go. Little extra power. Real nice. We could probably even use that heat just to run the gantries. Ah, see? Isn't these things are cool. As far as the other mods here, we do have a couple of refined carbon generators. So we have the CFB. This one is from the Carbon Reimagined mod. Pretty cool. It's this big smokestack thing. Puts out 2 kilowatts, although it does put out 250 grams a second of carbon dioxide, which in our situation is actually not a bad thing. The refined carbon generator, the one that was from the advanced generators mod, consumes 1 kilogram a second of refined carbon, but only puts out 1.2 kilowatts of power and 20 grams a second of carbon dioxide, so a fair bit less. It has a naphtha generator. It has to sit in a room with oxygen inside of it, so it consumes oxygen from around it. And you have to feed it naphtha, which is really quite interesting. So while that doesn't really sound all that interesting because, when do you really make naphtha? Well, as it turns out, if you melt down plastic at 160 degrees Celsius, its specific heat capacity will increase from 1.92 up to 2.19. Not that that's really worth doing, but it's still kind of an interesting thing in that you can potentially get a little bit more energy out of it and then burn it off if you really wanted to. I think of it as a way to get some power out of something that you might have made by mistake. Or it's just an alternative way to do the same sort of thing. Alright, so the last generator here is the green gas generator. So it looks a lot like the natural gas generator in that it pretty much is a natural gas generator, except for it uses some different materials. It uses a little bit of natural gas, some oxygen, and a little bit of filtration medium to produce carbon dioxide and water. Alright, so fairly simple rocket setup here. Let's go ahead and just build this guy, and then all the other stuff that we need to go around. Okay, so one of the issues I'm going to face here is shipping all of this stuff out of my rockets. So, we definitely need some rails here. I'm going to make them out of iron at least. The goal is we want to get it out of here as fast as possible. Now, if there's anything I've learned in the past, it's that we don't want to expose whatever's on this rail to a ton of heat. So the best way to kind of get away from that is going to be using some bridges. So I'm going to use a long bridge right here. I'm going to go in and try to get it out as fast as possible. There we go. Got a couple dupes a little bit stressed out. I did go ahead and bump up a lot of the skills on most of my duplicants, and that's because the morale was so incredibly high, or shall we say is incredibly high. There's a few of them that are kind of low at the moment, but for most of them, we're talking about like 40s and stuff. Jabe is sitting up here at 45 morale. Dude, y'all are doing pretty good. Look at that, and you only require 24. You might want to have a few more skills or something. There you go. Have fun. So the kitchen is actually working out pretty good here. I have had to kind of expand the cooling loop in the background just a little bit here to include some more things like the conveyor loaders and whatnot. That stuff does get quite hot. But for the most part, it's really not bad at all. Except for we still have all these pips running all over the place. That's because I put these doors in here so that the dupes don't run quite as far. As far as some other things I need to change, alright, fine, I'll redecorate this. You guys are terrible, by the way. Hey, where's my oxygen? Dupes! We're kind of running out of power. Okay, this thing is just sucking down too much juice. We're gonna disable that thing for a little bit. Here, we'll bring in refined carbon as well. There we go. I did put a second pump in here, but look at this. I've just got too much carbon dioxide in here now. 30 kilograms per tile. Guess we need more of these. No, Pip. Stay out of the refrigerator. Radar's got you black. Now you've turned into food. Oh, and you went and re-delivered it back into the refrigerator. Did you really do that, Pip? That's weird. What a weird Pip. Oh yes, and as per your recommendation, I did turn off Paku Filet. There, I turned it off now. I don't know, I've had to try to record this episode a bunch of times. I keep running into small glitches that cause the game to crash here. but I'm working through them. So there we go. One of the other things that I've got going on here is that I think I figured out how to actually get nectar out of these guys. I think I have to feed them the seeds. So I should have a fair amount of bristle blossom seeds over here. That's these guys. And if I feed them the seeds, they should give me the nectar. Oh, you know what? Let's try the acorn seeds. Arbor acorns. I've already kind of maxed out the amount of trees I have. So I should have some more down here somewhere. Let's see how that works. If I go to resources, I take a look at the seeds. Ooh, yes, I have a lot of them. Okay, so apparently I have 56.9915 acorn seeds. How does that work? And why is there fish down here? What are you doing? You're not shipping eggs, are you? Dude, that is not allowed. Fish egg, fry egg. What? That's where all my dupes are. Right down here. Jeez, I thought you guys were getting to work. No, what is this shovel? Get this thing out of here. Bad shovel. Get out of the hot tub, dude. Oh no. Did you really? Seriously? Man, there are just pips everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's another pip. They're everywhere. Oh, check this out. So these thermoelectric generators over here, they've already cooled down the area. Look at that. Huh. That's cool. Not really powerful, but it's cool. How's this rocket coming along? It needs a little work, doesn't it? All right, so I need a little bit more tungsten in order to make the wires. So we'll make some of that. We need more steel. I'll queue up a few more of that. Speaking of places where things are just too hot. Wow, this stuff in here got incredibly hot. Look at that, 181 degrees Celsius. Is that because there's no environment? Oh yeah, there's no environment. All right, well, I'll bring a little bit of an environment into here. As far as the shine bug reactor, I started to have issues with that, so I've had to disable that for a moment here. So I've got something equivalent set up there, although it too is suffering from overheating. So many little problems. All right. Out of bits? What now? Oh, now the game is completely locked up. Come on. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the last video here, we uncovered this big old hydrogen vent up here. So that's going to be useful for a little bit of power. So the interesting thing about this vent is that it outputs at 500 degrees Celsius. Now we normally used to have to use, the steam turbine to kind of cool this thing down, but we can go ahead and tap into this, get the hydrogen power, and keep the temperatures relatively cool if we combine two different generators at the same time. So that's going to be the thermoelectric, just to kind of bring the temps down. I'll have to build it out of steel, so I need to make some steel, but that should handle the temps. And then obviously we can burn up the hydrogen by just pumping it into a hydrogen generator. They look the same, but they're actually doing two different things. So I need another 1200 steel. Oh, sorry dupes. Get to keep making more. There we go. We're gonna redo the bedrooms here. Metal block statue. Large sculpting block, yes. Yeah, we'll alternate them. How about that? All right, let's see if we can set this thing up just right. We're gonna use some insulated tiles. So we'll do Mathic right here. Deconstruct the buildings, kind of get rid of this stuff. We don't need that. However, before we deconstruct all of this, I wanna go up here and mine out this oxalite. This oxalite is really important because we're going to use it to kind of fire up our rocket for the first time here. So let's mine that up. You know what, and while we're over here, we might as well set up a filtered gas pump next to this carbon dioxide generator so that we can push carbon dioxide into our farms and stuff. All right, Meep, could you come on over here and analyze this carbon dioxide geyser for me? Kind of curious to see what we're actually getting out of this. You see that it's 500 grams a second. But we don't really know what its active period is. All right, so what do I want to do inside of here? I think what I'm going to do, here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the airflow tile right here. And then I will put the thermoelectric generator made out of steel, hopefully, right above it. Considering heat usually rises, cold drops, we should be able to actually kind of keep this area nice and cool if we put it at the top of the room. That's my current theory. We'll see how that works. We do have a fair amount of oxalite. I should be able to sweep this up and store it, although it is under pressure right now, but I think I have that set up to go inside of water. So it should actually go right down here. Not this one, but what about this one? Liquefiable. No. Oxalite, so that's under consumable ore. Need to make sure it doesn't go in any of these other spots. There we go. Oh, it looks like somebody's sticker bombing around here. Real nice. They must really like the thermoelectric generator. Okay, priority level 9. Thank you. We need the airlock. There you go. Okay, another thing we're going to need is a filtered gas pump up here. That's for hydrogen. Actually, I'm going to put it in the top left. There we go. I'll leave this space open for some more thermoelectric generators if I want to build those. But for right now, we're going to go with the hydrogen generators. Why is there oxalite over here, dupes? No. Why did you do that? All right, there we go. 369 kilograms. Good deal. All right, so now I'm running a petroleum line all the way from up here down to my rocket. Wow, check this out. Look at how much this has melted all of this cold biome down here. It's actually making pretty good progress. I mean, we're 70 degrees Celsius over here, but this is still, 17, 20 degrees right there. Yeah, I don't think it'll take too long to actually melt the entire bottom here if we really start throwing 2 rockets at it. What I'm doing over here is I'm actually just deconstructing a lot of this stuff. I don't really need it anymore. Hey, there we go. I see a little bit of nectar happening here. What I did is I moved some seeds up there, and you can see that it's now on the shipping rail. There we go. So that should cook into some really nice food that has a plus 12 morale. Wow, okay, that was a lot of it. Whoa! Whoa! There's even more of it. How much did I put in there? This is where I find out where all my seeds are gone. Oh, yep, there they are. They're all gone. Okay. Maybe dirt it is, okay. Well, anyhow, that should hopefully turn into a decent amount of food by the time it ends up down here. We can... Yes, we can make Macedonia right there, which has a... It says plus 4, but it is morale. If we go to consumables up here, it's way over here on the right. Boom, that guy. All right, so how's our rocket doing? It's built, but we're not quite there yet. How's our power station coming along here? Oh, it looks like it's doing all right. We're not quite to the point of building the generators yet, though. So that's one thing. We want this to be carbon dioxide. There you go. Let's see if we can get that pipe back here. You are going to go all the way down here. I guess we'll follow the same line as this guy. Spaghetti on over here like this. And flow down until we get to the spot where carbon dioxide wants to flow in. So I think that's right down here. That's a good spot to put it. Then we'll just put a little bit of a valve to go from one side to the other. And that allows us to stack the pipes up and stuff like that. So there you go. Oh no, somebody let an ethanol slickster loose in our base again. And here I thought I was past this. No! Bad slickster. Making such a mess, dude. How do I not have any gold? Oh no. Where did all my gold go? I used to have a ton of gold. Game! Help! Is it buried somehow, or... Here's 25.1 tons of gold. Can we just not get to it? Oh no! That's not a good sign. Oh no, that's not a good sign. I hate meteors. Oh no. No, 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 no. Ah, crap. Falling sand or something. Alright, so I've had the game crash a couple of times when I came up here to do a lot of digging on the surface. Why? I don't know. But I'm going to avoid that from now on. At this point, the game's crashed probably about a dozen times in the making of this one episode. The amount of instability I'm dealing with is starting to get kind of... It's quite a bit. Okay? Before you go and try to download all of these mods and play the game, keep in mind that I am struggling to keep the game going, so maybe just pick and choose some of them that sound good before actually try to play with all of them. Alright, one last thing I'm going to try to get done here today, even though I really don't feel like I've made much progress. Still, it's been many hours in the making at this point, basically because I keep going forward and backwards constantly. I'm going to try to get this rocket up and running. That's it. That's all I want. Let's build this thing. Okay, so here's a weird problem. Every time I reload the game like this, it's like it doesn't remember the settings of my conveyor loader. So the eggs that are inside of here keep getting swept up, even though they're not allowed. Like, I'm not allowing any sort of eggs. I've just been wondering how in the world I've had, like, all of my fry eggs end up down here. So I guess I don't have any choice but to apply a band-aid to this, and that is to ship eggs back up here and then have them drop down. I don't know what else to do with it at this point. Here we go. By at least moving the auto sweeper over here to the right, it won't be able to look down in here in this pit, so I should be able to keep the Paku inside of there, even if I go to reload the game. So that should work. So there we go. Now the fish eggs are coming back up. Weird. So many weird things going on. Just keep running, game. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, you know what it is? It must be the monument. It doesn't look right. Oh, there it is. I found it. Why did you... Aha. Aha. They're manually loading this. Here I thought it was the game being weird, but nope. Nope. It was a problem that I set up in my own base. The critter egg was going inside of here, and therefore then finding its way down here to the bottom. My bad. Sorry, game. Sorry to blame it on you. You're okay. By the way, that should be sweep only. It's so tempting to come up here and start digging. Alright, it's time for a new duplicant. Ooh, buff. Are you kidding me? Look at this dupe. Tidying, +7 strength. Extra trait, buff. Lucy, welcome to the base. You're the strongest duplicant I've ever seen. I mean, aside from the super dupes, but still. Yeah. What you're going to do, Lucy, is you're definitely going to be delivering stuff because, I mean, are you kidding me? You're ripped. All right, let's go down here, look for Lucy. Hello. Supplying and storing, that's your job. All right, little slickster, I know you can survive up to 160 degrees Celsius. It's about 167 in here. Okay, so it's not too far off. Oh my gosh, look at all the hatches I have in this room. It's not just that, but look at all the eggs too. Oh my head, it's incredible. What do we got? 38 of them in there. Wait a minute, who's scalding? No! No, Stumpy, how did you get in there, Stompy? What? You're running past the Atmosuits now. Dupes. Well, at least I have an entire base full of doctors at this point. I mean, I kind of ran out of skills to give them, so just gonna win for that one. Alright, have we delivered? No, we haven't. Oh, come on, dupes. Do I really need to deconstruct this just to... I'm going to try to get right on over here. There might be another neurovacillator there. Maybe. If there is, I think I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to put Lucy on it because you might end up with the, like, extra buff trait. Who knows? Have a dupe running around with like 50 strength. Hey, there we go. The oxalite tank has been filled up, so that's awesome. We also got the pipes in place for the petroleum. So now, if I come back over here and I deconstruct this, I guess I want to leave that there. Oh, well, is what it is. Okay, so one thing I did over here, because this thing was just getting too hot, it's up to 125 degrees Celsius, is I put a thermoelectric generator over here on the right. Yeah, it's pumping power into the grid, trying to keep this thing cool. Real nice. What I need is a little bit more steel. I'm currently deconstructing all the rockets over here on the left, so I am reclaiming a little bit of steel that way, but I need more iron. I was pulling it from space, but unfortunately every time I've kind of ventured up there, the game has become unstable. Something about the sand, or the regolith I should say, that drops down. Okay, so I'm going to build a liquid fuel tank right on over here, and once it's built, we can bring in the petroleum. So that's for this right here. It's already starting to flow in. It just hasn't found its way over there. Hey, there we go. Now we got the liquid fuel tank all ready to go. So I want 332. There we go. Connect that up, and the fuel will flow on in. I'm missing an Atmos suit. Let's go ahead and bring one of those in. Forever then, I'll have you jump into this rocket. And let me figure out the launch codes. Which ones do we want? You know what? I suppose it doesn't matter. At least for this launch. Alright, radar is going to supply. Thank you. And we're just waiting on you forever then. Now there is a mod that actually allows us to launch this rocket without any of the pre-requirements that we would normally need. There's also another way to do it with debug mode, which is what I'm going to use this time. We've kind of already dug the silo once. I don't want to put you guys through that again. So, here we go. Nope. Who was that? Meep, buddy. Don't be up here building a ladder while I'm launching a rocket. Do you wanna jump in, Meep? Hey, think about it. Do you want to do it? Oh, okay, fine. You can do it. Alright, we're going to take the Knowledge 9 here, and we're going to point it at a nearby asteroid. Which one do we want to go to? Oh yeah, here we go. Fullerene. I think... No, let's go for niobium. I could use some niobium. Let's go for that. The launch pad is blocked. Alright, so here we go. Everything is ready to roll. If I press these two numbers, then we should be good to go. Launch mission. Ooh, yes! Here we go! This is going to make so much, like, sour gas down here. Look at how hot it is. And right through everything else, we're going... Boom, there we go! We're smashing through the asteroid. Nice. Now that's how you dig a silo. Uh-oh. That's a volcano. I didn't know there was a volcano there. Well... There is now. Good job, Meep. And boom, there you have it. One rocket silo. Oh my gosh, the mess that's gonna be down here. We've got magma dripping into crude oil. We've got petroleum, boatloads of sour gas. My thermoelectric generator is already damaged. I made this out of steel. But at least we have power. Oh gosh. Rex, you were in the wrong spot, bud. Oh, you just needed a little bit of obsidian. What a brave dupe. Casually just going past a nice cold biome. But hey, look at what we've uncovered. Look. Rex, I see what you're doing. No. No, bad duplicate. No, not again. Rex. Rex. Okay, good. Well, at any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.